Hello, everybody. This is Dan from the Fundamentals with yet another episode of Mini Madness. This time we're looking at more unpainted minis, but we are looking at a different property from Wizards of the Coast. In this case, it's the one that we all love, Dungeons and More Dungeons. No, it's Dungeons and Dragons. Anyway, specifically, the Wizkids line of miniatures is called Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures, because D&D likes to give names to things. And so what I'm going to be parading in front of you now is a series of unpainted plastic minis they've released as part of Wave 13, early out for pre-order, that you can buy. Some of them come in 2-packs, some of them come in 3-packs, some of them are standalone. You know the deal, as it were. So let's start, as we usually do, from small to big, with a couple of elf wizards. This one, she's looking very intense. She's got some lovely rune work on her cloak. And her magic is going. She's got her cloak out. Very, very cool. And her compatriot. Oh, he's an angry elf. Lots of pouches. I like how the magic... Now, the one thing I don't understand with painting minis, and this could be something that viewers might be able to chime into. I don't know how to paint... How do you paint the magic to have it still look kind of translucent? I don't know. The other end of the spectrum, I guess, are human paladins. Here's one looking stoic. Look at me, I'm stoic. I have my hood up and my sword so I can say, autumn is ending. And then he's got some great armor. I believe that is some splint mail. Very full mail. He has a paladin, so he might have a full plate. But he's got his hood up. He's got his sword. His cloak is being majestic. And there is not the same paladin, though he kind of has the same look. Face is not great on that one. Looks kind of Frankenstein. But he's got a sword. Another more good detail with him. His kite shield's a bit dinged up from wars. Cool on the human paladins. Then we have a couple clerics who are also, they're just such big nerds that they, although it might be the same, this one actually might be the same cleric. He has the same head sculpt. As in, he is both, both of them are Larry from the Three Stooges. This guy, he has they are clerics / wizards. He's casting, I believe that's a magic missile because it's got the 3 little missiles. And he's got his magic staff. Although maybe they're meant to be, maybe it's not, the pack is called a multi-class pack. So maybe it's not that these are multi-classing characters. This is a cleric and this is a wizard. That makes more sense. So this is the wizard of the duo. He's got a shield, a stave, and he's a little tubby, a little dorky, as wizards often are. And here's his cleric buddy, who might also just be him if he were a cleric. In this form, he appears to have a chin beard, but his staff has decided to light up with some kind of fire, which I think it also might be a mace, as clerics tend to have. And his shield is rather beat up again. Oh, he's got his cloak on. He's got his holy robes. He's coming to get you. He's got his book like a nerd. But very, very cool figures. So these are ones that are basically these first ones are really good as NPCs if you're a DM, or if you're a PC, you can use them to stand in for your character. Then we have a couple things from Eberron, which are Warforged Fighters, which, if you're not familiar, A Warforged is a magic, steam, magic punk, clock punk, Majestic, whatever term you want to use. They're robots, aren't they? There's some bloody robots in it. They have kind of weird faces. This guy's got a cool falchion, sort of more mathematical looking armor and shield. For those of you not familiar with Eberron, it is more high tech in the sense that they have technology. There's not just ye olde Middle Ages, but for instance, they have robots. And then his buddy is wearing some lovely mail. Well, he's got a big old sort of shield shaped like a Viagra. He's got some more samurai-looking armor on. With his this is a I know this is a weeaboo Warforged. He's got a curved sword. He's got the samurai armor. He's probably that's a weeaboo one. Then we have these shifter rogues. Shifters are not an alien concept to D&D. But they're Eberron specific, though they can't be translated. They are a race of people who are good at they're shapeshifters. The natural form being kind of humany wolfy. She's got a knife, looks like a kukri. Rogues, being rogues, are a little less well equipped. And here is a friend who is a billowing cloak and a hand crossbow and a stick. Might be a dagger. It looks a bit heavy to be a dagger. He's a bit more armored, a little bit less sneaky than back there. Then we have the 3-pack, our first 3-pack of the group. Put them over there. These are darklings. Darklings, for those of the uninitiated, are a race of fae who were cursed by the Summer Queen for their worship of the Raven Queen. So they're kind of like shadow people. So he's got a curved sword. He's ready to draw a curved sword. This is a Darkling Eldar. So he is wearing short shorts, and he's got many, many blades. He's accompanied by 2 identical Darklings, which are just sort of generic. Let's see if we can look at his spooky face. Spooky. They're drawing their swords. They've got goat feet though, so that's fun. So that's a 3-pack you buy for them. And then we have a couple fighter. We have a couple of fighter sorcerers. This guy, he's looking a little pissed off. He's got magic. He's got a sword. He's got a fancy coat. He's coming to get you. Same guy, but a bit more well off. He's well dressed. Bigger spell, bigger sword, more armor, more action. You can't beat that. Now, those are the Nolzur's miniatures you can buy that are more PC oriented. On the DM side, we have some spooky monsters. Let's start with a couple of... What about these guys? These are Warlock Sorcerers. They come in a 2-pack. This one has a big flaming awesome sword. And it's also casting magic. And she's got Warlock cleavage, as is the style. And she's striding ahead. And then this is another one. And she's got some magic. The cool thing about her, I'm not sure how it works, is that she comes with this magic accent, which clicks into the back of her stand, so that when you put her down, as presumably you paint that, she's got mad fire coming up behind her, which is very cool. Anyway, back to the DM. Let's start with this. So, it's a bronze dragon wormling, which is a baby bronze dragon. It's got the bronze dragon fins and all that, but it's small. It's normal sized. Let's use this Majestic. Let's use this. No, they're big. Let's use Majestic Paladin, human Paladin for scale. So you can see roughly the same size. He comes with his sea found treasure in a 2-pack, which is treasure he found at sea. Clever, isn't it? In a chest. So you have that. Nice, cute little thing. Then we have, I like this guy a lot. This is Alhoon. Alhoon is a mind flayer, or an illithid if you're wanting to if you're wanting to get a lawsuit. Yes, this is Alhoon. He has tentacly face, and he has very, very, very intricate, cool robes, big tentacles behind him, and he's holding a book to cast evil spells and presumably eat your brain, because all he wants to do is eat your brain. He's not unusual. After all, he's not going to eat your eyes. And it comes with 2 intellect devourers, which are tiny little things, which are basically brains with arms and legs. That's about it. He has 2 of them. They jump on you. They eat your intellect. You can't beat that. Then we have a 2-pack of a Deva. Deva. He's a real diva. Look at him. He's got a very flimsy mace that could pop off at basically any minute. A lot of those are like that. He's floating, though. He's got his floating base. So he's floating off the ground. He's a handsome, muscular gentleman coming to mete out justice, whether you want it or not, such is the way of the Deva. He comes with an Arenrias, which is a Arenias, which is a different kind of angel. You've probably seen this before. It's kind of an iconic look. This is like a light whip or chain they carry, but she is posing like a boss. They're kind of like a Valkyrie, a bit more militant, although she doesn't appear to have a nose. If you can see that. She has no nose. Very strange. But yes, that is her. But she also got a big old sword if she needs it. Then we have a pair of hobgoblins, which again, they could be PCs. They could be not, but this is a hobgoblin devastator. He is an ugly fucker with a big stick that's also actually... Oh, he's doing some magic with it. Look, see? Isn't that cool? He's got like a whirlpool of magic going down there. He's big, so we'll pull back our Paladin for scale. Where'd he go? Paladin for scale. Fine, we'll use this guy for scale. You can see it's a bit taller. So that is a Paladin, a Hobgoblin Devastator who comes with a Hobgoblin Iron Shadow. He's also lifting 1 foot off the ground and posing, doing his yoga poses as he does, looking very bleh, she, I should say. But, I don't know. I don't want to assume anything. But there's certainly some wind howling around this person. Are they wearing a mask? I don't think so. I think they're just ugly. But who knows? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Now, a couple characters who are definitely meant to be sort of like PCs are Furbolgs, which, again, for size comparison, are quite a bit bigger, but technically PCs. These are druids. This lady Furbolg has her staff, her stave, lifted aloft while she summons a bunch of thorns. Her hair is very intricate. She's got some plants woven into it. She's got some cool robes, pouches, and things. And then her companion, he is being a bit more angry. He has a big, oh good lord. The detail on the hair on these is really good. Really, really nice. They've got like, Furbolgs are like cow people. He is casting a magic spell with his cool stick. And he's got a big cloak and stuff. Those are Furbolg druids. Then we have a Djinni, a Dejean. This is a big one. Quite large. He has a beard. And you ain't never had a friend, never had a friend, never had a friend like him. Which means he's going to come cut your head off with his giant scimitar. His cool wind effects and his many, many items that he bought, probably at a bazaar. All that cool jewelry. And he is naturally opposed by Anifredi, which looks a lot like a Oni. the same kind of, I believe an Anifredi is a fire version, whereas a Dejean, I think, is an air. It's a whole cosmology thing. I don't know. But he has a big curved sword, and he's posing. He's very muscular. He's not wearing shoes. He's not floating. But he's very horny. And he's not wearing as much clothing. But they are, well, they're not really opposed. They're kind of opposed. Both big, though. So, that's those two. And then we have an Ankh Keg, which is like a big old bug. He's just a big old bug. He's got big old tentacles. He kind of goes with the Mind Flayer. Not in the same pack. This guy's a one-off. But he's big. He's very chitinous. Cool face, though. Big old eyes. Big old pincers coming to get you. Then we have the Froghemoth, which might be the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's a terrifying frog monster. Isn't that fun? It's like a frog, except it's the size of like a bunch of huge things. It's very chunky too. I love the miniatures they make. I mean, obviously being resin, they're going to be chunky, but they really do feel like they'll hold up. Even the appendages. Super detailed, which is horrifying. Extra tentacles, which is just what frogs need. And a beautiful face that only a mother could love, with all those teeth and 3 eyes. All glory to the Froghemoth. Finally, the big boy of the new releases. Is Strore? I don't actually know how to pronounce it. He's a demon. It's very similar to the demon from the Magic the Gathering set, except he's a bit more furry. He's got his beard all braided up to look nice for the camera. Thank you for that, Mr. Demon. He's got his special stuff on his horns. He's pissed off. He's coming to get you. He's also coming to potentially hold something for you. Isn't that nice of him? Piggy nose, spiky back, armbands. Look out. Here he comes. He's coming to hold you in his hand. So, yes. So, that is Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures, Wave 13. Some of them are not. Some of the newer ones aren't featured here. These are just the sample set they gave me. But you get the gist. Some really cool ones. My favorites are probably the Mind Flayer, because Mind Flayers are just awesome. And that is a cool figure. He's got his hand. The Aaron Rays, because I always like that image. And I really like the Warlock with the flaming sword. Where'd that one go? The Warforged are cool too. It's hard to decide. It really, really is. Yes, this. I like this one. I like the energy of it. Very, very cool. So, those are. I still have a little bit of pixie things from the Wave 13 box. I'll be doing a short video later. But keep an eye out for more Mini Madness, as I have some very special features coming very soon.